Yes, another episode of Let's Talk Sports. I want to start off with something. It's kind of funny when you really think about it. I'm a logical thinking person, so when I see things that are not logical, I immediately believe it's a lie. If it just doesn't make any sense, and you look at it from different angles. Now, so my message today in the beginning of this show is to talk to conspiracy theorists. How do I say this? The ones, the people who passes this information for conspiracy theories. First of all, let's just get this straight up front. I'm not the one for conspiracy theories. I'm not the one for conspiracy theories. I am not the one. It has to make logical sense. Okay, so there's this script going around that somebody has NBA on it, and they're spreading it all through social media about that the NBA is basically scripted who they want to win the championship, blah, 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 blah. And the funny thing is when I'm looking at this, knowing what I know about the game, it's just completely ludicrous. It's it's crazy. So I'm gonna just share this with my audience, those who watch, so y'all can understand how I feel about this. Now, let me get ready for this. Conspiracy theorists and those who pass this misinformation, I am not the freaking one. I can't stand them. I think that you should find something to do with your time. And if somebody has, and for those who watch this crap and read this crap, you got to think logically. If this was the case, then why haven't the NBA said anything, done anything? The NBA ignores it because it's just propaganda. And some of you guys just suck right off in it. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen and I've ever heard. Now, that you trying to tell me that the NBA or even the NFL or even Major League Baseball is fixed uh, is it's not getting through. It's not getting through. So just stop. Stop sending me that crap. I'm not the one. I'm not gonna spread it. I don't care anything about it. Notice I didn't even put it in my freaking title. So, with all that being said, that's all I got for that. All right, check this out, y'all. So, the Miami Heat. I'm sorry. Not the Miami Heat. We're gonna get to that in a few seconds. Um, Sportsbook. People who gamble. People um, who do all the crazy little things to help you increase your income. Man, I feel you on it, and I'm giving you a lot of credit, and I'm just telling you this. You got my heart because it takes a lot to do that. It's a lot that goes into sports gambling. It's not just something you do. I mean, it's no sure thing. It's no nothing. So you got to really understand the game. You guys are unfreaking believable to be able to pick that stuff. Let me tell you what one of my boys told me about um, one of his bets. Game one, Miami versus Boston. They have a bet out there, and it's for Kyle Lowry. The bet is Kyle Lowry is going to hit more than 10 points. He's going to get more than 3 rebounds, and he's going to get more than 3 assists. 3 assists, right? Now, the funny thing about this bet is most people think that's not logical. He's not even a starter, but I'm saying to myself that bet is not had. It's not off. It's not that far off. Okay, so anyway, he takes the bet, and when he takes the bet, it comes down to the fourth quarter. Kyle Lowry now has more than 10 points. He has more than three. He has 3 assists and he has 3 rebounds. Here's what he didn't equate, and this is why he lost the bet. If Kyle Lowry didn't do that, Kyle Lowry normally stays in the game when the game's it's really close. But the Miami Heat has a squad, so they took him out. So when they took him out, they never brought him back in. So automatically he loses the bet. He was really on track to win the bet. Check this other one out. Check this other one out. They have a bet that Jokic basically a triple double. He has to have 30 points. He has to have 12 rebounds, and he has to have 12 assists. Now this was game 2 of the Lakers Nuggets. Okay, so not only Jokic gets his 12 rebounds, he gets his 12 assists. He's at 23 points when the fourth quarter starts. And only shot the ball 2 more times. Like literally, he went through the whole fourth quarter with about 2 or 3 shots. That's it. He never even looked to shoot. He stopped looking to shoot. Person lost the bet. That's why I say you have to really know the game. Or when you look at it, you'll be like, wow. So, because somebody out there got that bet right and said, no, he's not going to do that. Jokic likes to pass and he likes to rebound. That's his game. He would prefer, if he could, to score as less as possible. He knows exactly how much he has to score. And basically, once he gets to that, he's done. He's just going to get other people involved. So, my hat's off. Hats off to those who bet those bets and win, because you really, really have to know the game. I mean, you really do. And for those of you who think you know the game and you're not gambling, why don't you go on some of those gambling sites and see if you can figure out how much you know the game? Because believe me, when I tell you, it's a lot that goes into that. I mean, but it's so much fun. I can see why people like it so much. It's so much fun. And if you know what you're doing, you can kind of add to your income, but you're also going to lose too. All that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoy wagers, because it's actually a lot of fun. I feel you on that. I am pro gambling now just for the excitement. Well, when I say I was never not pro gambling, but I'm just saying I'm pro to learn about it, to see how it works, to see how everything works in the NBA, that is, because in the NFL I pretty much had it, but in the NBA it's really interesting. So I know you guys out there going to have some fun with the game tonight. Probably can't wait 7:30 just to see how many of your bets hit. Good luck to you guys. I'm going to be cheering for you. All right, now let's get into some basketball. I got to laugh. So okay, I do this video about 2 months ago saying how the Miami Heat and the Dallas Mavericks just was totally disappointing, because they went from making the Western Conference Finals for Dallas and the Eastern Conference Finals to the Miami Heat. And they disappointed. They're not going to. Well, I knew Dallas wasn't going to make the playoffs, and I was like, Dallas is not going to make the playoffs, and Miami may not make the playoffs. But Miami goes into the play-in, and they wins in. Okay, yeah, okay, we feel you, we see you. Then they go to Milwaukee game 1, and they beat Milwaukee. Okay, I see you. You know, I'm still not impressed, because Milwaukee comes back in game 2 and just beats the living crap. So everything's kind of going like it's supposed to go. Next thing you know, you look up, Miami's still hanging around with Milwaukee. And then all of a sudden they beat them. And at that point right there is when I realized that I had made a mistake about Miami. I apologize to the Miami fans. And now I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm telling y'all, these guys, the Miami Heat may win it all. Okay, I'm not ready to make that prediction yet. All I'm saying is the Miami Heat may win it all. I mean, if you've never seen this team play, you might want to do that. So let me explain something to y'all. First of all, I already knew that the Boston Celtics were going to suffer without Ime Udoka. I already knew that. It was going to come at the biggest time. Everybody looking at the regular season, and I'm looking at them struggling with Atlanta. I mean, like, you struggling with Atlanta? Come on now. Like, so anyway, Miami is showing you all they're the real deal. So wait a minute. So now Miami goes to the second round and says, we're going to beat New York. They beat New York in game 1. I'm like, okay, I don't get it twisted. New York was a good team, but a playoff team, they weren't really doing that well. But I picked them to go deep in the playoffs, and they did. But Miami beat them. So I got interested, real interested, and said, let me start watching this freaking team, really watching them. Okay. So I watch them in game 1 against Boston, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's ISO offense. It's good defense. They play together. Hold on. And then they beat Boston in game 1. Okay, that's normal. That's been their trend. Then they beat Boston in game 2. Now understand, Boston hadn't been a good road team all year long, but man, that don't make no difference. When a team comes into your hometown and take 2, you should be concerned. Boston fans don't even act like you're not concerned, but the Miami Heat continues to impress. So now they won game 2. Well, let me just go ahead and say this for the record for all of y'all out there wondering. Man, the Miami Heat's for real. These people for real. Look, it don't take no rocket science. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to know that much about basketball to see and watch a team and realize they're a good team. Let me explain something to y'all and why the Boston Celtic fans should really be concerned. Listen, in game one, you're up by 13. They come back like it wasn't nothing. In game two, you're up by 12, I think 12 or 13, and they come back again like it wasn't nothing. And then not only do they do that, they go and start a run on their own. It's like they're toying with you. But they're not toying with you. Boston, you're really good. The problem with you is like I told you on every Boston video I made, Ume Udoka make a difference. And I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm just going to tell y'all right now, the Miami Heat, I look for them in the finals. Now, if y'all disagree, let me know. But actually, if you really want to know the truth, I am literally leaning toward that they will win it all. They got that look, and they are really good and really scrappy. All that being said, for those of you out there that are looking at that Miami series and you're a gambler, you might want to start leaning your money toward Miami in some type of way. I'm just saying. Okay, yes, Boston will come back and show some fight. I hope, but I don't even think Boston can beat. I don't even think they're better than Miami. Now, a good friend of mine who's a Boston friend, he know I sent him a message saying I have Miami beating the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. He's a Boston fan, so obviously I'm hating. So, but now we see. Okay, so now I just love that. I mean, the Miami Heat is really, really a Cinderella this year. It's awesome watching them. Anyway, let's get to the game everybody probably want to hear. Lakers, Nuggets. Okay, start off with this. Lakers, you're not better than the Nuggets. They're a better team than you. So let's just start off with that, okay? That doesn't mean you're going to lose the series. That doesn't mean you're going to get swept. They're just a better team than you. So you know what happens when a team is better than you? If they play like that, they tend to win. Okay, I don't think it was a fluke that the Lakers lost 2 games. I don't think that was a fluke. I think that was really Denver just outplaying them. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, AD hits 40 in the first game. LeBron hits, I believe, 26 in the first game. And neither one of them have significant, what we call significant points. They hit those points, but at the time that they hit them, it didn't make no impact on the game. Denver coach press conference was just straight up when he said, y'all talking about the Lakers, and Jokic is just putting on a performance that you hadn't seen in it. Well, I can't say you never seen before, that you hadn't seen in a minute. So y'all might want to look at that. Tonight they play again at 7:30. I'm sorry, really 7:45 when it tips off. And you have to win, Lakers. You have to win. I'm not going to sit there and tell you if you're going to win. I'm just going to tell you that you have to win. And because if you let Denver go up 3-0 on you, actually, to be honest with you let Denver go up 3-1 on you, you're toast. Now, I expect the flopping to increase, but if Denver really wanted to, they can flop with you. Now, this is what I was saying before. I don't like floppers, but let me explain something to y'all. If a team is flopping on you and you don't retaliate with flopping, you lose. Lakers shooting way more free throws than Denver. It ain't mattering. It don't matter. You shooting all these free throws and they still beating your butt. Lakers, you have a problem. As they say, Houston, we have a problem. LA, we have a problem. You're actually playing your game and they still beating you. Now I wonder why. Would I be so bold to say that, hey, you might want to let LeBron James stop shooting outside shots? He ain't feeling it. If it ain't necessary, please keep him off the perimeter. Well, that's a problem because if you keep him off the perimeter, he normally averages anywhere from 10 to 15 points from the field. You kind of lose that because you don't have the jump shot. You're not going to be the drive on everybody. Lakers, you're in trouble. You don't know what AD going to show up. And even if the AD shows up that everybody wants to see, he's not out playing Joker. Remember, game 1, Joker, drop step, bam, turn, boom, dunk on you. That takes a player. Sometimes that takes a player, takes him right out of his game. Anybody who knows basketball understands that. I got the ball in the low post. There ain't no help coming, and I'm drop stepping, turning without the hook, turning and dunking on you. Yeah, y'all don't remember that from game 1. I think it had an effect. But you see, if you play defense or you play any kind of basketball and somebody dunk on you in any kind of way, Yeah, take something from you. Take something from you. So I think Lakers, you're in trouble. You're flopping, but you're not doing it to the extreme you did in the Golden State series, but you're still flopping. You're still asking for fouls. You're still doing all this. Let me explain something to y'all. You're playing the Joker. You're not playing the hated Warriors. It makes a difference. I'm just saying. Everybody hate the Warriors. Everybody love the Joker. So you might not get a lot of those calls. Lakers, you're in trouble. Now, dude send me a horrible message saying, hey, man, I watch all your videos. I love your content. But, man, I just found out you're a hater. He thinks I'm a hater because I said that LeBron James played horrible in game 2. Now, somebody sent me the stats. He had this many points, this many rebounds, this many assists. All insignificant. It didn't come at a time where it impacted the game on a big scale. So what difference do that make? But what did impact the game is I miss a rock the baby dunk. I miss a rock the baby dunk, and the ball goes out of bounds. I turn the ball over 3 times, and all 3 times were at critical times. I cannot buy a 3-pointer. 7 missed 3-pointers. And then he got outflowed by the Joker. I'm not picking on LeBron. I'm just telling you what I see. As a matter of fact, I want to just say this. It's been a while. You got to go back to the Memphis series where you can see where LeBron James played a good game that was impactful. In other words, his play impacted the game. On a big scale. Not what he's been doing lately. Look, man, y'all giving him a pass, but let's just understand the Lakers was up by 7, and LeBron hadn't even took a shot. I'm just saying. I know he has a big name. I know he's a force when he's driving the ball. I know he brings some pluses to the table, but might want to consider it and see if you can go a little bit better route. But some of y'all ain't gonna hear that. Well, let me explain something to you. I'm not taking anything from LeBron. LeBron is a great player, but he's also 38. That's a lot of running, jumping. Takes a lot out of you. It takes way more out of you when you're 38 versus when you're 30. So I'm just telling y'all, his age is starting to show. Now, that being said, LeBron may go out tonight and have a monster game. It doesn't mean anything because LeBron used to have monster games every playoff game. You could expect it. You can write it down, book it. LeBron will have a good game. It's the playoffs. You can't do that anymore. Lakers, you're in trouble. So, game 3 is a must-win for the Lakers. You cannot let the Nuggets take this away from you. Or if you do, your season is over. And am I cheering for it? Yeah, I actually am. I would love to see the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat. It'd be something different. I'm tired of my team, Golden State, always being there. It's kind of boring. I'm glad they lost. Now they got something to come back from. But Denver and Miami, that would be a good series. I'm just saying. Look, I want to thank you guys for joining me. Conspiracy theories, step off my line. Remember, Thursday night at 7 o'clock, we may have a special guest. I'm gonna let y'all know who he is and what they represent and how they are part of the NBA. Looking forward to that. Thanks for everybody and all the support that I'm getting. I thank you for my haters. I love y'all to death. Y'all know I love you. Keep it up the good work. And this is Richard Cole. Let's talk sports. Peace. I'm out.